this is all exciting for Christine and everything, and happy that she's on her path. But that scene bothers me because she's right there asking for my children to side with her against me. I mean, nobody else sees it. Maybe I'm just delusional. But once again, I got a problem with her kind of set my kids against me in order to gain favor with her. And Mykelti, in order to have favor with Christine, is siding against me on this whole story. I mean, she's joining Christine in the criticism of me because I didn't love her.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, December 18th, 2023. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. We had the tell-all one-on-one part 4 last night, and apparently Sister Wives is going to keep going because there's a brand new episode coming up next week. There's also a new episode after that, and then multiple new episodes with Christine's wedding. So the season continues. This appears to be maybe a mid-season one-on-one. I really don't know the direction, but it seems like this tell-all was wrapping up what was the demise of the family, and then the next era of the show appears to be everyone moving on into different directions. But in this tell-all, we meet David for the first time, who is Christine's new husband, and Kody and Suki have a lot of conversations about his opinion about Christine in this relationship. There was some discussion about what Janelle and Mary want to do moving forward. There was conversation about Christine's wedding. There was discussion about how David and Christine met. We heard a lot from David about his background, his relationship with Christine, what he really likes about her, who he felt that she was, the connection that they have and why they feel like they are super happy. And it's pretty obvious that they both really, really like each other. And I think one of the more enjoyable aspects for me as someone that has been speaking out against polygamy for a very long time was hearing David talk about how naive Christine was, and how when it comes to like this world, but that despite what everything has happened in both of their backgrounds, that they can find happiness together. And really hearing from another man who we don't get to hear from often because it's always Kody is the patriarch and sort of the god. Hearing another man describe Christine's character in a way that is completely opposite of Kody. And I think when you're able to contrast what appears to be David, who seems rational and thoughtful and gentle, more gentle than Kody for sure, more calm than Kody, not as loud as Kody, and not as narcissistic as Kody, you see that Kody's views on the world are so out of this world, left field, another conspiracy theory world, that his beliefs about women, about society, about relationships are so out of sync with the average man, which is what I liked to see. And also that his view of these women is out of sync with who they really are. And seeing Christine find a guy that actually sees who she is, and you see, oh, all these stories Kody's been telling about Christine are not even true, right? Which we all assumed was right. The editing did a really great job in this tell-all, I would say, of having Kody say something absolutely asinine and ridiculous, and then David responding to this and saying, yeah, that's not who I know. That's not the Christine I have. Lots of different snippets like that through this. And I'll be completely honest, I came into this a little bit skeptical about David. I wasn't sure what to think about him because I didn't know anything about him, And after watching the two of them interact, I feel like Christine has found a good match. I think that David is very aware of how sheltered Christine is. I think David is aware of the trauma she's gone through. I think he's very protective of her. And I think they're both really happy together. I think they really did find love after both going through a rough period of time. Kody looked delusional, and he even admitted it. It was wild. So let's dive into the topic. Before we do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click on the bell so you never miss a video. I'm not going to be showing you as many clips this video because TLC has been a little bit more finicky about showing clips of their show. Even though it's within fair use, they're just being a little bit more finicky. So I want to just show you sort of a clip of David responding to something Kody said about Christine to show you how differently he sees her.
The experience I had was Machiavellian. If she's not, then she is in love, unless she's Machiavellian to get away with her husband, which is going to be a very normal thing in any kind of marriage where you're doing kind of things. And years to come, if we all become friends, David might be pulling me aside and go, dude, this is nuts. Because he's complaining about his wife. And I'll say, dude, be loyal to your wife.
I changed my mind. I wanted to show you first what Kody described as a normal marriage. He says that Machiavellianism is a normal behavior in marriage. He also believes David's going to pull him over and complain about Christine being Machiavellian. Now, I had to look up Machiavellianism because I wasn't totally sure about this. I haven't heard about this. I don't really know about this. But when you look at what Machiavellianism includes, it includes manipulation, cunningness, strategic thinking, pragmatism, focusing on achieving goals, willing to deceive and exploit, lack of concern for morality, willingness to use others for personal gain, ability to charm and influence others, and a desire for power and control. So he says that it's normal, I just want to put this out there, that you would want to exploit and deceive your loved ones and your spouse. It would be normal to want to charm and influence your spouse to gain something that you want. It would be normal to manipulate, to be cunning, to want power and to want control over your spouse. It would be normal to have a lack of concern for morality. That's not normal. His view of what's normal in a marriage is not normal. His view in a marriage is about one-upping and being strategic and trying to get things from other people and trying to use people and abuse people. I was like, what does he even... This is how he acts in polygamy, not how Christine acts. Another definition would be Machiavellianism is a personality trait that involves employing manipulative tactics. It places emphasis on achieving desired outcomes, even if it means being deceptive and exploitative. He is the one that's exploited his family, exploited his wives, exploited everyone, and yet he's putting that on Christine, okay? And he's claiming that because Christine says to his face one thing and does something behind his back, that's Machiavellian, and that's not at all what it means. He's the kind of guy that like uses big words and doesn't understand what they mean, and he believes that this is normal in relationships. So that's his worldview, which is so skewed and so ridiculous. I just putting this out there.
He's definitely wrong on her being backstabbing and stuff like that.
Oh, Machiavellian?
No, she's not that at all. I don't see that. And I'm a people person. I can read people. She's not that way at all. She is really good. Sometimes she's a little clueless about things that goes on, and like Christine. But as far as her being conniving, no. My focus is with Christine and not what they had there.
So he says she's not conniving. She doesn't backstab. She doesn't do things for her own purpose. She doesn't say one thing and do another. And when you don't have all these other people in the middle of a relationship, like if you're not sharing a spouse, there's no games. And I'm not saying that Christine is perfect, because I'm sure in polygamy they all had to play games in order to get what they needed and what they wanted. But the person creating that dynamic was Kody, because Kody was the person that was demanding favor from the people that were vying for his attention. He accused Mykelti of trying to create favor with Christine by agreeing with her that he didn't love her. So Mykelti agreed with her mom that Kody didn't love her. Mykelti agreed with her mom that her dad wasn't attracted to her. These are all statements Kody has made on the show. These are all facts of what Kody says is true. And somehow Mykelti agreeing with that is Mykelti trying to win favor with Christine rather than Mykelti just seeing this as this is what happened. Kody's own words come back and make him look really, really bad. They make him look like the problem. He's the anti-hero. That's why he's the anti-hero. He is the problem. It's like, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. He's created all of this. Christine's kids don't need to win favor with their parents. If you have a healthy relationship with your parent, you shouldn't have to do anything for them to love you. But Kody lives in a world where he demands people do things for him to love them, because Kody's love is not based on love. It's based on what you do for me. It's based on supply. It's based on cost-benefit analysis. And he thinks it's ridiculous that his daughter would see that as a bad thing, that he didn't love her mom and that he wasn't attracted to her mom. It's one, a terrible statement to make publicly, and two, a child will be able to see how a father treats a mother. They'll be able to have a good idea and a good understanding. So it's Kody that's creating these issues, not Christine. And David being clearly like, she's a little bit clueless. I mean, she is. She's naive. She's lived in a cult her whole life. She is having to learn a whole new way of life and be in a relationship with one person for the first time in her life. Kody's point of view is just very, very ridiculous. And David is showing you that this is not who Christina is. Kody is projecting. But he didn't say that, but it's obvious.
To me, everything that I've ever wanted in a woman is there. The intimacy, the touching, the communication, the talking, and I don't know if she had that. Well, to me, when you have it all, if you don't have it, because I was in a marriage where there wasn't much talking, there wasn't that part. And with Christine, everything's there, so it's just natural. So if you don't have that.
David's response to Suki was about what he thinks went wrong in Christine and Kody's marriage. She wanted to specifically know what his view of Kody was. Did he have empathy for Kody? And this was after Kody mentioned that he vetted Robin differently, that Christine would have to trash talk him in order for David to love her, that David would never want to be with someone that left a good man, that he had to know from Robin that her ex-husband was a bad guy before he wanted to get involved with her. When he was talking about the relationship, was very superficial. Kody picks people based on the outside. He picks people on what the view is to others. He picked Christine because Christine's grandfather was the former prophet of the Apostolic United Brethren. He believed marrying her would give him a level of standing in the church. Kody married Janelle because she was a good worker and had good work ethic, and that would be beneficial to his family because he would always have a wife that he could depend on to have a decent level income to come in for the family. Kody picked Mary, I'm not sure why, because he needed a way into the group. I don't know. But with Robin, he picked her because of her beauty, his opinion of her beauty, the fact that he believed she was a supermodel, that she was the pinnacle of everything that he had wanted because other higher level men in the church wanted her too. And so he's picking superficially, and David is looking at this more holistically, like, if you don't have communication, if you don't have intimacy, if you don't have connection with someone, you don't have a marriage. It's only a title. A ring means nothing without that. David's not looking at Christine as an object. He's looking at it as, this person gets me. This person values me. I value this person. He talked about what a good person she was. He talked about taking her to a play and how energetic she was and how passionate she was and how she cried when she saw the play, how she related to his family, how she treated people. He spoke about her character and also just about how he felt about her and their commonalities and their views. And how he believed she was attractive. He was attracted to the entire package, not just what Christine could do for him. And he didn't care that she has a reality show. In fact, he said the opposite. He said, I know that this will end someday and that will all go away and then we will have each other. That's not someone looking for fame. That's not Christine or David being Machiavellian. That's Kody projecting that onto them. And Kody's so jealous of them that he can't let that go, which is sad because didn't he get what he wanted? And if he didn't love Christine and if he wasn't attracted to her, why does he care? The only reason he cares is because his ego is bruised, in my opinion.
It was an uncomfortable life with her when we were in Las Vegas. Got a little worse in Flagstaff. She says she's going to leave. And I never wanted that to happen. And I'm like going, oh, so we've suffered all these years together and you're just going to quit? That was my feeling. But what bothers me is her disposition toward me, that she laughs and laughs about it. And I'm going, well, I think you'd drive a truck over me if you could. She's like, oh, no, I wouldn't.
About the tell-all, Kody spoke in such negative connotation, negative sentiments about Christine. All of his allegations against her or his feelings about her were not about any level of empathy for what it might have felt like for her to be in a marriage with someone that isn't attracted to them. He didn't consider the fact that he was in a marriage with Christine where he didn't love her, apparently, right? And no empathy for her for that. He had love with Robin, according to him, but she was just supposed to stay and suffer with him because of whatever, their stupid cult belief that you have to endure to the end and it's all about suffering to become better people, and that the more you suffer, the better you'll be in heaven. But for Kody to speak so disparagingly about her and act like her having the audacity to leave him, he didn't want her to leave, but then he didn't love her and he wasn't attracted to her. It doesn't make any sense. To Kody, Christine is a possession. That's all it is. And he's lost control, in my opinion. And he didn't think that she would ever leave because she came from this culture and he believed she was going to just be the submissive woman that just bent over backwards. And Christine even said that Kody only ever liked her when she kept sweet. She said it without saying it, but she said, as long as I was sweet and bubbly and kind and, oh, poor Kody, I'm so sorry you feel that way. And what can I do for you, Kody? And bending over backwards for him to make him happy, he wasn't satisfied and didn't want to see her. And if she was more of herself, of her true self, and had a dynamic personality and her own needs and her own wants, he didn't like her. Even in their breakup, he is mad at her for not being empathetic to him, that his life has been blown to smithereens and that his life has changed and his big picture and his dreams have shattered. He's upset with her for not being empathetic to him, when he's the one that actually blew up his own big picture with his behavior, with his actions, with how he treated people. But all he cares about is himself. And in this culture where all women just have to do whatever the man wants, you're learning that the women don't get to be themselves. They cannot show themselves because Kody, if he doesn't get what he wants, he can just go to another wife. So they have to play a part. And she's done playing that part. And Kody's upset that she's done playing that part. And that he's bruised because now, to the public, she's not going to say, oh, I'm so sorry, Kody. What happened? I'm so sorry about your feelings. Even Mary said it last week. I cannot be concerned about his feelings anymore because it's not about him. They have feelings too. What about their feelings, right?
No, because that's all my fault for marrying a woman I didn't love. Ouch. No, that's the truth. She knows that. And I, as hard as I worked at it and dug into it and went, every devotion that I could have, that still was prevailing for us. It never really worked.
I want to end this video with that clip because Kody is displaying what's called doublespeak. He says one thing where Christine destroyed my big picture, and then says another thing, no, I destroyed my big picture by marrying someone that I didn't love. And I put in all of these performances and I did all these devotions and I did all of these things to make her appear or think that I loved her, but it didn't work. So it's my fault, but it's really her fault because my performance wasn't good enough for her. He doesn't ever take responsibility. But then in the same tell-all, he wants Christine to feel sad for him that his big picture is blown up and have empathy for him after he's mistreated her for 25 years, that he's sad now because his big picture and his dreams are shattered. Kody wants everyone to empathize with him, but wants to empathize with no one. Doesn't want to see other people's views. And he can't. He's incapable of being in anyone else's shoes because his own world is himself. A narcissist lacks empathy. They lack ability to see people's humanity, their point of view, understand their emotions. He can analyze them. He can strategize. He can be Machiavellian, but he can't be human. He can't treat her like a human. And this video is best summarized that David can see Christine's humanity and can see her value and can see the games that Kody has played. He can see that Christine is not dramatic, like Kody says. He can see that she's not conniving. He can say, I am attracted to her. He can validate and help heal some of those wounds. And Kody just ends up looking like a bitter, jealous, angry man that can't let go of Christine because he's the one spewing venom about their relationship and the speed of the relationship and the doubts of this relationship. And there is David vetting her? Is she picking? And no one's saying, shouldn't you be more interested in the character of who this man is because he's around your minor daughter? No one brings up that this is Kody not caring about Truly. I mean, if you care so much about this relationship, why don't you care about knowing how your daughter feels about it or what he's bringing to your daughter? He would probably be more jealous that David will have a relationship with Truly that he doesn't have than he will care about what he brings to Truly's life. So I'm not saying David's perfect. I'm just showing you the differences between the two of them. We don't know all of David. All I'm saying is that TLC is showing you that David is seeing a side of Christine that's the real Christine. Kody sees what he wants to see and what he's projected to the world about her. And he's the one that comes out looking delusional, as he said. So tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.